On the news tonight, Anambra State government assures core members of conducive environment to serve. Anambra State Police Commissioner seeks stronger collaboration with sister security agencies to fight crime. Central Bank of Nigeria limits tenure of bank executives to 24 years. Thousands of people evacuated in South Korea as flooding kills at least 7 persons. Before the news in detail, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good evening and welcome to the news. My name is Maureen Stone Enujoke. Anambra State government has reassured total commitment towards creating an enabling environment for the National Youth Service Corps scheme to thrive. Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo gave the assurance during the official opening of the 2023 Batch B Stream 1 orientation course and swearing-in ceremony of corps members deployed to Anambra State at the Nnamdi Azikiwe NYSC Unity Permanent Orientation Camp, Omawulu Mbauku, in Oka South local government area. We have the details.
Peaceful, prosperous, hate-free, egalitarian society.
Governor Soludo, represented by his Chief of Staff, Sir Ernest Ezajoe, stated that government will continue to provide necessary infrastructure, security and welfare support to ensure the safety and well-being of the corps members. Governor Soludo stated that the government will also explore opportunities for skills acquisition, entrepreneurship, training and empowerment programs to enhance self-reliance of corps members after their service year. The governor urged the corps members to embrace the core values of NYSC, which include discipline, integrity, teamwork, patriotism and tolerance, while expressing appreciation to NYSC stakeholders for their support and collaboration to ensure success of NYSC scheme in Anambra State, adding that NYSC scheme over the years has been instrumental in promoting unity, cultural integration and national development.
One Youth, Two Skills program. This is one of our flagship programs in Anambra State, which we've engaged many youths in our 21 local government areas, engaging them in acquiring skills that will help them in the future, to acquire the skills that will help them to be self-sustenance, not be dependent on government in everything. That is the government of this administration. I encourage you to utilize that time to fully maximize your potentials while you serve in the state.
On his part, the chairman, NYSC Governing Board, who is also the Commissioner for Youth Development, Anambra State, Mr. Patrick Amba, reminded the corps members that the orientation course is to equip them physically and mentally to face the challenges they may encounter while carrying out their mandatory 1-year service to their fatherland, urging them to participate actively in all the trainings. In her address, the State Coordinator, NYSC Anambra State, Mrs. Blessing Iruma, who thanked Governor Soludo, the Youth Commissioner, Anambra Chief Judge, NYSC stakeholders and their host communities, noted that the primary purpose of the orientation course is to properly introduce and acquaint the prospective corps members with the ideas and objectives of NYSC program, as it is also an opportunity for them to learn important skills. She noted that a total of 1,610 corps members, comprising 702 males and 902 females, participated in the swearing-in program.
Abide by the camp rules and regulations, taking into cognizance that this is a regimented life activity. They're equipped with necessary skills. We have 12 skill sets, and they're empowered at the end of the day so that Nigeria will achieve the mandate of self-reliance, wealth creation, thereby reduce unemployment.
Parade swearing in of the corps members by the State Chief Judge, Justice Onochi Anyachebelo, climaxed the ceremony.
Yes. The Executive Secretary, Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate, Dr. Choma Ejikeme, says no pensioner who is alive should be left out in the ongoing I Am Alive confirmation process, which will determine a pensioner's eligibility to continue to receive pension. Dr. Ejikeme, who stated this at a 2-day Southeast Stakeholders Engagement Forum in Oka assured that Pension Transitional Arrangements Directorate is determined to change the narrative in pension administration and has trained pension desk officers from the ministries, departments, and agencies pensions retired from, as well as representatives of pension unions, on the use of the application to assist pensioners who are unable to carry out the confirmation on their own. Joseph Ebocha has the details.
Launched on 12th October 2022 with successful pilot phase, Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate fully rolled out and staggered the I Am Alive confirmation process till 28 February 2024 to prevent heavy flow of traffic on the website and ensure efficient and effective service delivery. Dr. Ejike Eme explained that the Stakeholders Engagement Forum is organized periodically to meet and interact with pensioners and stakeholders in all the geopolitical zones of the country, keep them updated on its activities, future plans, and most importantly, get their feedback. As part of Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate resolve to ensure that no eligible pensioner is left out, Dr. Ejike Eme announced that a survey is being carried out by the Directorate on www.pitad.gov.ng to ascertain the number and locations of pensioners in the United States of America, Canada, and the United Kingdom to enable the Directorate plan for diaspora verification, warning against patronizing pension fraudsters. She expressed confidence that President Bola Tinubu will continue to make pension payments a first-line charge and appeal to state governors to do same.
If somebody is earning 1,000 naira as pension, for instance, and you give that person 33% increment, and somebody is earning 1 million naira as pension, and you give that person 33% increment, it's not equitable. It's a situation of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer. So, but with these absolute figures, we now, in our agency, have a minimum pension, as it were. There's no pensioner who earns less than 8,000 something naira now in Pitad.
In a goodwill message, a representative of the Federal Ministry of Finance, Mrs. Ifeyinwa Ekwozo, said Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate is a step forward in guaranteeing security of pension benefits and ensuring timely and uninterrupted disbursement. Even as a representative of the Public Complaints Commission, Mrs. Sarah Adeniran urged Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate to do more to ensure that all outstanding benefits due to pensioners and their next of kin are settled. The National President of Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Comrade Ikechukwu Abumisi, who commended the Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate for conducting the I Am Alive confirmation in parts of the country, urged government at all levels to ensure that people, especially pensioners, are lifted out of poverty through regular payment of entitlements. On his part, the Anambra State Chairman of the Nigerian Union of Pensioners, Dr. Anthony Ugozo, who commended the state government for providing Pension Transitional Arrangement Directorate with a befitting office, thereby bringing their services closer to Anambra pensioners, informed the gathering that though some states in the southeast stopped payment of gratuity to pensioners as far back as 1998, the story is different in Anambra, where pensioners are paid as at when due. The Stakeholders Engagement Forum featured paper presentations as well as interactive session. In Oka, Joseph Ebocha reporting for ABS News.
The Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association of Nigeria Inclusion Summit 2023 has ended in Oka with a call on stakeholders to apply inclusiveness to issues relating to people living with disability. The summit held at Nnamdi Azikiwe University attracted people living with disability, students, experts, professionals, and role models in various life endeavor. Correspondent Queen Aniwogu filed the report. Taken from here.
The Mandela Washington Fellowship is a flagship program of the United States government's Young African Leaders Initiative, which has brought over 5,000 young leaders from countries in sub-Saharan Africa to the United States for academic and leadership training. The fellows between the ages of 20, 25 and 35 are accomplished innovators and leaders in their communities and countries. In an address to welcome the President, Nigerian chapter of the association, Fumi Adebajo, represented by Dr. Ifeoma Ume, said the gathering was to celebrate young leaders who have beaten the odds in spite of their disability and non-inclusiveness. She expressed belief that through the collective action and mutual encouragement, they can create a society that embraces diversity, inclusivity, and equal opportunities for all.
We believe that through collective action and mutual encouragement, we can create a society that embraces diversity, inclusivity, and equal opportunity for all. I extend my deepest gratitude to Mandela Washington Fellowship and Yali Network members for their unwavering support in organizing this program in the Southeast.
The Vice Chancellor Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka, Professor Charles Esimone, represented by the Dean Student Affairs, Professor Nonso Achebe, in his welcome address, appreciated the Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association of Nigeria for choosing the institution for its summit and explained that people living with disability should be encouraged and called for all-inclusive education for them.
We want to thank the Washington Fellowship Association of Nigeria for choosing to come to Nnamdi Azikiwe University. We believe strongly that disability is not a death sentence. Neither is it a reason not to be excellent in performance.
In his paper presentation titled Persons Living with Disability, Beating All Odds in a Challenging Society, the Managing Director, Anambra Broadcasting Service, Sachido Obidiegu, identifies the challenges people living with disabilities are facing in Nigeria.
The roads that are being constructed in Anambra now, if you look at the park, you see where there's an elevation, just for people who are pedestrians and also people living with disabilities. In the One Youth, Two Skills program that is going on, we have 5% reserved for people living with disabilities. Doesn't that show that the governor is coming to say that he loves you? And at APS, the governor gave a directive to me that anything that has to do with people living with disabilities must be free of charge.
Also speaking, the Director, Center for Disability and Special Needs Research, Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Professor Williams Obiozo said, in Anambra State, a lot was done by the former administration to help people living with disability and expressed hope that the present administration will do more in that regard. Video clips of some young people who have beaten the odds to make remarkable impact in their careers were shown to inspire participants. 3 persons living with disability, Chiamaka Ohanakere, Rita Chude, and Justice Asozo, were presented with awards by the Mandela Washington Fellowship Alumni Association of Nigeria for their outstanding accomplishments in their careers. The event, with the theme Beating All Odds, featured cultural dance from students of Special Needs School, Odapu, Onitsha.
The Anambra State Commissioner of Police, Aderemi Adeoye, has called on security agencies to maintain existing collaboration in the fight against crime and criminality. We have the details.
CP Adeoye, who was speaking when he paid courtesy visits to heads of some security agencies in the state, including Department of State Services, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, and National Drug Laws Enforcement Agency in Oka, noted that this would enhance safety and security of Anambra as the police cannot do it alone. He assured that the police command's doors will remain opened to them for fruitful discussions and meaningful engagements. In their separate responses, the service commanders expressed satisfaction with the visit and promised to cooperate with the police to stem the tide of insecurity in the state, especially in the area of intelligence sharing and joint operations. In a related development, the Commissioner of Police also visited the Catholic Bishop of Oka, Most Reverend Paulinus Ezokafo, and appealed to the church to use its platform to promote peace and encourage individuals to shun violence and remain law-abiding. providing. Responding, Bishop Ezokafo thanked the police commissioner for the visit and prayed for the country, the state, the police command, as well as the commissioner of police. The commissioner of police was accompanied on the visit by some senior officers of the police command, including the police public relations officer, DSP Ikenga Tochukwu.
The Chief Magistrate Court sitting at Nobi, Idemili South Council area has adjourned the case between the State Commissioner of Police and Chief Chijoke Oka to Friday, July 28. The police have also amended the 5-count charge against Mr. Oka and joined one Olufemi Salako in the suit. Polizake reports.
When the case was called up for definite hearing, the prosecution counsel, Mr. Ifeanyi, told the court that charges against Mr. Oka have been amended, which the court accepted. According to the amended charges raised to Mr. Oka and Mr. Saloko, they were arraigned before the court for attempting to commit felony by inducing one Miss Victoria Mbashu to make a title document of her land in his favor with intent to fraudulently convert the property to his own. They were also charged for conspiring to commit misdemeanor through forcible entering of a property belonging to Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwenna. Mr. Carr was also arraigned for willful and unlawful damage of a building valued at 10 million naira belonging to Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwenna and giving false information to the Inspector General of Police and his investigating officers that he duly purchased a land for one Miss Victoria Mbashu, which he knew was false, with intent to deceive the police to use his powers against Miss Victoria Mbashu and Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwenna. Both defendants pleaded not guilty to the 5 charges, and the court, presided over by Chief Magistrate Ken Nwoye, upheld the bail earlier granted to Mr. Oka and also granted Mr. Saloko bail of 1.5 million naira with one shorty who resides within the jurisdiction of the court, unknown to the prosecution counsel. The prosecution counsel earlier opposed the bail application on grounds of possible jumping of bail but was overruled by the court.
The Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has said effective August 1, 2023, bank executives will no longer spend more than 24 years in office. The top positions include executive directors, deputy managing directors, and managing directors of banks and bank holding companies. The Director of Financial Policy and Regulation Department of the Apex Bank, Chibuzo Efobi, signed the new regulation released in Abuja. It said the circular was in accordance with powers conferred by the Central Bank of Nigeria Act 2007 and the Banks and Other Financial Institutions Act 2020. It explained that in developing the guidelines, the CBN adopted relevant principles and recommended practices of the Nigerian Code of Corporate Governance issued by the Financial Reporting Council in 2018, Global Corporate Governance Practices, as well as other related governance codes, circulars, and directives made by the CBN. It called the attention of banks and financial holding companies to note the responsibilities imposed on their boards by these guidelines, and especially on the executive companies' officers where applicable. The CBN stressed that the new guidelines supersedes all previous codes, circulars, and related directives on corporate governance issued by the CBN. In our business news, the commissioner in charge of legal licensing and compliance, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NARC, Dafe Akbeneye, said the commission is ready to partner state governments and other stakeholders in line with the new act to ensure uninterrupted power supply. He made this known at the NARC Stakeholders Workshop in Lagos, noting that Nigeria is yet to meet adequate supply. The 2023 Electricity Act empowers NARC to have a continuing responsibility to monitor the Nigerian electricity supply industry regarding its potential for additional competition. According to the Act, NARC must ensure the prevention or mitigation of abuses of market power, which includes market concentration. The Commission said there is no intention to central control everything, noting that the regulator is aware of what the new act entails, adding that it is geared towards improving service to the consumers and increasing investment. Vice Chairman and Commissioner of Market, Competition and Rates, NARC, Musiliu Oseni, said over 53% of available electricity capacity is utilized in the country due to challenges with the gas supply, transmission and distribution constraints, and commercial challenges. The Commission stressed that after reviewing the cost implication, states will decide how they want to work together, noting that it will not be a one-shoe-size-fits-all approach, but based on what they can sustain. 7 people have been killed and 3 were missing as heavy rains flooded South Korea, officials said, with thousands told to evacuate their homes due to an overflowing dam. Over the last 3 days, heavy rainfall has submerged counties across the country, with local media reports suggesting the death toll may rise later. More than 6,400 residents in the central county of Gosing were ordered to evacuate early as the Gosing Dam began overflowing from the downpour and submerging low-lying villages nearby. The Interior Ministry said the 7 people killed died in rain-related landslides and building collapse. It added two of the 3 people reported missing were swept away when a river overflowed in North Gyeongsang province. The ministry said all regular train service nationwide was suspended, although KTX bullet trains remained operational with potential schedule adjustments, according to the Korea Railroad Corporation. And now sports. Festus Odini, a FIFA Under-17 World Cup winner, said the Super Eagles of Nigeria will have no excuse not to qualify for the 2026 World Cup hosted by Canada, Mexico, and the United States. The former Golden Eaglet star said this in reaction to Nigeria's listing in Group C alongside South Africa, Benin Republic, Rwanda, Lesotho, and Zimbabwe for the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. The Japan 1993 Under-17 World Cup winner stated that Nigeria must not underrate any team, especially the likes of South Africa and Benin, who he sees as possible threats to the Super Eagles. According to him, this time around, the Super Eagles have to give their best during the qualification phase, as no excuse will justify their failure to qualify for the World Cup, having missed out on the 2022 edition in Qatar. One of Nigeria's Group C opponents, Republic of Benin, is coached by Gerrit Rohr, who was sacked as Super Eagles manager in December 2021. Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page, follow us at Anambra Broadcasting Service, subscribe to our YouTube page at ABS Television Oka, Twitter at ABS Radio TV, and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. And now a recap of the main points before we go. Anambra State Government has assured core members of conducive environments to serve. Anambra State Police Commissioner is seeking stronger collaboration with sister security agencies to fight crime. Central Bank of Nigeria has limited tenure of bank executives to 24 years. And on the foreign scene, thousands of people have been evacuated in South Korea as flooding kills at least 7 persons. A special message before we go. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let us give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that does it on the news for tonight. Thank you so very much for watching. My name is Maureen Stone Enujeke. Catch you for.